Hey, welcome back for another Xptical airplane update. I just wanted to let you guys know kind of where I was on the DLG project. Today I finished out the pod. Well, sort of. It's roughed in right now, and yeah, I've got quite a bit of carving to do, as you can see. So I'll sand a lot of that off. Hopefully I'll be able to get quite a bit of it off. With this on here, she's pretty nose heavy, which is fine. I can sand this down. The actual components are in there pretty small. I wanted to show you guys what I did here for the cover. Let me see if I can get it off. Oh, there we go. Put neodymium magnets, and you can see that's kind of a quarter of a magnet. What I did is I got a package of magnets from Walmart, and I didn't want to waste the weight for all of them. So what I did is I took the magnet and I wrapped it in tape, and then I put a knife blade on the edge of the magnet, or on the center of the magnet, and then hit it to split it into two, and then I hit it again to split it into quarters while it was wrapped up in tape. And I think that worked out pretty well. The neodymium magnets do have a cover on them, so when I hit it, the cover broke, which I expected, but it left just a magnet behind. But if you do that, you need to make sure that before you glue it in place, you pick out the rest of the cover so that the glue is actually sticking to the magnet and not to the cover. If the glue is just sticking to the cover, then more than likely it's gonna pop out. But that pops on there nice and neat. Kind of hard to do with one hand. Well, not really hard to do with one hand. And as you can see, that cover, I'm holding it by the hatch, and that's holding the entire weight of the plane with the battery in it. So this is the 110 milliamp hour LiPo, E-flite LiPo, and with that LiPo, the plane comes out to about 50.5 grams. 50.5 grams. So that's pretty heavy. That's pretty piggy. If I expect it to be pulled by a power pod, I'm gonna do another hatch tonight, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a power pod kind of sticking up, a little post, carbon post sticking up, and then there's going to be a motor mounted on the carbon pod, or mounted on the carbon boom. So that'll get the motor up and away from the pod. But there'll be one hatch for pure DLG fun, and then there'll be another hatch just like this one that's done with a power pod. And what I can do is I can use some tweezers to get in there, right there at the tip of my thumb. Stupid camera. Right there at the tip of my thumb is where the power plugs in. So I can get in there with a pair of tweezers and plug the power cable in, and then put the hatch on, and then I'll have a motor glider. Or I can take the hatch off and pull pull it out, and then put this hatch on, and have myself a pure Micro DLG. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Tonight I'm just going to do some optimization. You can see I started to cut out the part of the hatch that I'm not using. That was to give clearance for the brick. I didn't really need any other clearance. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get inside here and I'm going to hollow out some more of this pod. Well, I'm going to do the outside first. I'm going to take the outside and rough it to shape. Give it some sort of aerodynamic teardrop effect. And then once I have that done, I'll go into the inside and carve out more of the inside if I need to, depending on how much weight I take off and how much weight is left on it. But basically, at this point, she flies. She's a little bit nose heavy, just a little bit nose heavy, and that's never a good thing for DLG. So DLGs, gliders in general, the more nose weight you have, the more elevator trim you're going to need. And elevator trim means that it's going to be flying a little bit dirtier than it should, which means it's not going to be as efficient as possible. But you know, I'll do a couple of test glides, remove some weight, do a couple more test glides, remove some weight, do a couple more test glides, remove some weight, and eventually I would just get to the point where she won't fly. She's just too pitch sensitive, and at that point I'll know that I'm tail heavy, and then I can just add a little bit of weight back or something. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Yep, I think that's pretty much it for now. Thanks for tuning in.